One YouTube recommendation I got recently was a video titled Fairy Tail is Overhated. It was a video about how Fairy Tail is overhated, and how it doesn't get the respect it deserves. I found the video amusing because it's like, did people forget how the anime community treated Fairy Tail back then? I was there, I would know. I remember everything that happened back then. It's crazy people say Fairy Tail is overhated, and didn't get the respect it deserved. Back when anime YouTubers were talking about Fairy Tail, they had mostly praise for it. They talked about how great the characters were, and how its setup to major fights and events was so good. The writer of the series knew how to make great build up to the major fight. The fights were actually good up until a certain point in the fight. There was just one problem. The writer of the series didn't know how to end fights properly. The villains were built up to be these powerful characters that were seemingly overpowered. There was no logical way for the good guys to win. The writer couldn't think of a logical way, so he simply used one of the biggest anime cliches, which is the power of friendship. It didn't matter if the good guys stood no chance against the villains. As long as they wanted to protect their friends, they would suddenly have the power to defeat the villains. This is not good writing. This is something you expect out of a kids show. Yet this cliche was used over and over. So what are anime YouTubers and anime fans supposed to do? Praise it for using the power of friendship cliche? Of course not. It makes sense for them to criticize it. It's such a cheesy and cliche way to end a fight. Criticizing it for one thing doesn't mean they hate everything about the show. They're mostly positive about the build up to the fight, and the fight itself before that cliche ending occurred. It seems anime fans are so sensitive. They'll get angry if you say even one bad thing about the series. Fairy Tail deserved the amount of hate it got for the power of friendship cliche. The other problem in Fairy Tail, especially in the final arc, was the fake deaths. The writer kept teasing characters' deaths, but then next moment, it's shown that the characters are doing alright. Of course that'll irritate people. You make them feel emotional over a death scene, only for them to find out it's fake. You lose trust in the writing, and now assume every supposed death scene is fake. The hate for the fake death scenes was also deserved. I'm not sure how Fairy Tail was disrespected. It got the right amount of praise and criticism that it deserved. Though I will say, I'm surprised people were so angry about the final arc. It's like they were so shocked that Fairy Tail is still using the power of friendship cliche and faking characters' deaths. That's just how Fairy Tail is. It has a message that the power of friendship can defeat anything, and it's too scared to kill off any of the good guys. The writing was always this cliche and bad. Fairy Tail showed what kind of anime series it was early on. This series is just mindless entertainment. I'm not sure why people expect the fights to get better. They are what they are at this point. You shouldn't expect it to be a top tier series battle shonen anime series. It's just a fun and relaxing battle shonen anime series that you shouldn't expect to be logical or make any sense. Does that mean the writing isn't bad? No, of course it's bad. But at this point, you know what you're getting. You just have to turn off your brain and expect dumb illogical moments.